Well, good Monday morning, Alaska. We are waking up to more rain in the forecast. Of course, we did see those cloudy conditions move in through the weekend and some showers beginning to arrive as we welcomed in our Sunday. But as far as what we're dealing with across the state, many areas beginning to see more of those cloudier conditions. You can see this is a live look coming in from Eagle River, where we're holding on to those cloudy weather conditions with some rain showers that are still with us this morning and will carry us into the afternoon hours. And we're talking about the potential for this rain to stick around for a couple of days. Wet April, that is what we have been dealing with across not only South Central but parts of Southeast, even out towards the Aleutians. We've been dealing with these wet conditions. This is certainly good news when it comes to our wildfire danger. Despite the rain, though, I do want to make it a note that wildfire threat still remains despite that rain that we have been seeing, but it is a lot lower than what we were seeing with those dry conditions back in March and the first part of April. Now our temperatures, they're still remaining on the warm side and certainly feeling like spring-like conditions, with highs topping out in the 40s and the 50s. We're currently sitting at 41 in Anchorage, 45 degrees in Fairbanks. Notice out towards southwest Alaska, we're still holding on to some pockets of some light snow showers. That is where Bethel is seeing some of that accumulation that is occurring this morning. And light accumulation will stick around throughout the day. We're talking about the potential for about 1 to 2 inches looking possible through areas of southwest Alaska, and then of course through the Aleutians. We're largely going to see some rain, but there is a shot that we could see some snow embedded within that rain as we welcome in your Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be talking about that here coming up in the next few minutes. But as far as what we're dealing with across the state, we've got an area of low pressure in the northeastern Gulf of Alaska that's keeping rain from both south central as well as southeast. We've got that low out towards just to the west of Nunivak Island, out towards the Kuskokwim Delta coast. That is keeping some of that light precipitation in the forecast as well. And then we have a larger low that is just to the south of the central Aleutians. This will be our main focus over the next couple of days. It's going to keep that rain in the forecast for the vast majority of the southern coastline. So snow continuing, as well as some areas of wintry mix as you head from Bethel out towards Bristol Bay. Also seeing some of that light activity, although Bristol Bay seeing more in the way of that hit or miss activity, not as widespread or scattered, I should say, as what you're seeing out towards Bethel and parts of the Kuskokwim Delta coast. And then of course across south central and southeast, those on and off rain showers remain with us. We will see some dry time today across south central, even out towards southeast. We'll see some dry time. The heaviest rain for southeast will be today through the afternoon hours, and then things kind of lighten up into the evening hours into your Tuesday, and then another round of some heavier rain arrives from Wednesday on through the close of the week. And then here across south central, we'll also catch some dry breaks as well. In fact, that will come as this rain tapers off later this afternoon. We'll catch some dry breaks and the possibility that we could see some late day sunshine in the forecast. So far, we've already seen upwards of 1/10 of an inch of rain in Anchorage, nearly 2/10 of an inch of rain in Cordova. Elsewhere, we've seen just a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall. So very light stratiform rain is what we are dealing with across the region, and that's going to stay with us. We're not talking about heavy rainfall, because over the next couple of days, only about 1 to 3 inches will be possible for coastal regions. So this is just that light to moderate rain that's going to stick around the next couple of days. Heaviest rainfall has been out towards Ketchikan, where we've seen 1.5 inches, and through the remainder of today, we could see an additional 1/2 inch to nearly 1 inch of rainfall for parts of the Panhandle. So those wet conditions will continue, and those precipitation chances for south central showing we're going to see this wetter and cloudier weather remaining with us through at least the middle of the week. Now beyond Wednesday, we will begin to dry out. We can't rule out a few stray showers still in the forecast, but it's really the first part of this week where we're going to favor a better opportunity for some rain. Even seeing parts of the interior tapping into this potential later this evening into the overnight on into Tuesday. That rain that we're dealing with currently this morning in south central, that's going to lift off towards the northeast later this evening into the night, and that's where we're going to see some of those rain showers spreading into the interior areas of the White Mountains, the hills surrounding Fairbanks, some of those higher elevations. That is where we could see some snow accumulation of about 1 to 3 inches as that system moves through. Elsewhere, just expect some rain showers in the forecast, and that will carry us into your Tuesday. And then there's that low that's making an approach towards the central and eastern Aleutians through midday tomorrow. This will be our main focus through the rest of the week, as it's going to keep rain, some breezy conditions, and yes, some areas of snow in the forecast through the Aleutians out towards southwest Alaska. In fact, notice that snow from the Pribilof Islands out towards the central and eastern Aleutians by Wednesday morning. What's happening as that low makes an approach towards the Alaska Peninsula? We've got that warmer air that's surging into south central, southeast. That's where we're going to see most of that that rainfall potential by the middle of the week. On the back side of that low, or the western side of that low, that is where we're seeing that cooler air being pulled in from the north. So that's why we're going to see that better chance for some light snow accumulation for areas of the central and eastern Aleutians. Out towards Gamble, St. Lawrence, largely going to stay on the dry side this week, but we will see persistent north to northeasterly flow that will stick around for the vast majority of this week. So be prepared for winds anywhere from about 20 to 40 miles per hour through the Bering Strait out towards Gamble, St. Lawrence for the foreseeable future. You're going to be dealing with those breezy conditions. So for Fairbanks, we're talking about low to mid 50s in the forecast the next couple of days, with that chance for some showers arriving this evening into your Tuesday. The White Mountains, some of those higher elevations, be prepared for some snow accumulation. Wednesday and Thursday, largely on the dry side. In fact, Wednesday may be the nicest day we've seen so far this month, as temperatures possibly make a run near 60 degrees. And then we do cool off somewhat to close out the week and welcome in the weekend with highs back in the upper 40s. Now, here across South Central, we will be a bit on the cooler side through this week, and that's largely due to the cloudy conditions we're seeing as well as the rainfall. Check out the amount of rain that we are going to see, because this will greatly depict where we're going to land when it comes to the amount of rainfall we've seen for the month of April. 1 to 3 inches possible for coastal regions, Anchorage through western Kenai into the valley. We have that potential that we could see up to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall from today on through Wednesday. What this will mean for us when it comes to our April rainfall totals for the overall month as a whole, we have that shot that we could be sitting, if we saw about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, we would be sitting at 1.55 inches on top of what we're seeing at currently sitting at 1.30. So if we see nearly 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, we'll be sitting at just over 1.5 inches of rain for the month, which will easily propel us into the top 5 wettest Aprils on record. So we do have that shot that will likely end this month as the 5th wettest on record. So we'll continue to watch that. In fact, as we close out April and welcome in May, this trend towards wetter conditions will likely take hold for the vast majority of the state, meaning we'll see a bit more cloudier conditions, which will also keep things slightly cooler. Still anticipating highs in the 40s and the 50s for the foreseeable future, but we're not looking, it's not looking likely that we're going to see any well above average warmth as we welcome in May. So we're going to be watching for that. Until then, though, those rain showers remain. 40s and 50s out towards southeast, up to 1 inch of additional rainfall looks possible throughout the day. And then, of course, across South Central, we've got that chance for some showers staying with us through Wednesday, and then that activity kind of tapers off by the close of the week into the weekend with just some lingering showers. Temperatures do return back into the low to mid 50s as we welcome in the weekend. Until then, though, we're going to see those temperatures staying in the upper 40s through at least Wednesday. Some sunshine breaks possible later today. Not everyone will see it. For those who do, enjoy it, because those clouds and rain showers return as we welcome in your Tuesday. We'll give you another live look outside, and not much to see as there is those cloudy conditions and rain showers remaining with us. Take it easy on those roadways, and of course, if you have any photos from across the state or any beautiful sights that you come across, make sure you send them to us here at the station. We'll display them on the evening shows as well as in the morning edition. But for now, make sure you have a great Monday and a great work week ahead. We'll have more on this weather forecast pattern coming up in the noon show as well as in the evening newscast. Have a great Monday.